Hello. Yeah. I am Koreina Cat. And this is Final Fantasy XIV main scenario quest playthrough. We finished up patch 4.2 in the last video, and this is 4.3 patch titled Under the Moonlight. Ooh. So, you know, we're getting there. Getting there good. Alright, well, let's jump right into it, yeah? Hell yeah! Give me that! I need that! A complete set. Fuck yeah.
Ah, Ixalia. Impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set by the ambassador. For the Gallians' part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. 'Twould seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture.
According to the letter, your Tsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma. Assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it.
Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave, then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Still gotta bust your kneecaps, boy.
Make haste! Make haste!
Quick! Run! Run away! Alphino's been keeping a very careful count of his coins lately. I doubt he'd ask for a sip of water without asking the price first. Fine, I guess I'll see what you have to say.
I am very much in favor of a peace agreement between Doma and the Empire. Loosen that imperial grip, I say, and let the trade routes breathe freely.
Ah! Cheating! La di da da, la di da da. Let's get the show on the road, bitches! Bitches!
We know the broad strokes from this letter, but I would hear the details of Doma from our. I would hear the details of. We know the broad strokes from his letter, but I would hear the details of our Doman friend's progress from Lord Hien himself.
You good over there?
Always.
Ever since he drained our coffers dry buying that sword, Alphino has had his purse strings in a death grip. I can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending. Boy, come on.
Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather worse for the wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Good gods! Is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time he received some visitors. Won't you spare him a moment? Tsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Ixalia, Alize, shall we?
Sure.
Open wide now.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
This is great.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
Oh, shit.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman! I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
We're just awkwardly all standing here staring at him while he's getting a bath. It's fine. It's fine. It's normal, right?
Did you see that her name changed when she said that?
No. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed. Had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit.
But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up. Although, I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget.
Aye. He has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more.
And what of his nurse? If Tsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled.
This is no pretense.
Oh. This is no pretense. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Tsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade thing for what it is. Is it charade or charade?
Charade.
Charade. Okay. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami?
Yeah.
A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard.
Aye. The matter is settled. Tsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts.
Understandably. She's as good as fastened to chain... Wait. She as good as fastened the chains around their necks.
Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. I speak for everyone. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace.
Listen here, you little shit.
My thanks, everyone. The Galleons are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu.
Head nods all around.
The skiff will take us to our meeting with the ambassador. We will join you at the docks once preparations have been made.
Even after weeks of surveillance, it is difficult for me to accept that Tsuyu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as accepting Gosetsu's affection for her. They got an interesting relationship going on in there. Just walks in. Take off your clothes. What? What do you like? What? Get naked. What? Can I jump over this? Stupid invisible barriers and shit. Can you imagine Tsuyu playing with bowls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore.
Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She's nowhere to be found. What? But the Galleons will be landing in a matter of moments.
If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned?
I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether.
How? Isn't this the only way on and off?
It is. Captain, a word. Did you perchance ferry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord. Great. How am I wrapped up in this again? I do not rightly know. I think, yes, my lord. And now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. Watch as new fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, your voice. Anyway, no, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Oh, wow. No one's ever said that to me before. Thank you. It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Have some armor.
Have some clothes so you too don't have to be naked. Hell yeah. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah, boy. Give me that. Here. Alright, let's see how it looks. Okay, not bad. Oh god. Oh god. Well, I was gonna try to wear this, but yeah, no, I'm not. Look how stupid I look. Back to the glamour plates. Apply. Boop. Alright. Her memory must have returned. Why else would she run? That's a fair point.
Without Tsuyu, I cannot see how the prisoner exchange, or indeed the peace process at large can proceed. We have to find her, and soon. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me. But I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We're at your service, Lord Ian. Now as before, still speaking for everyone. Let us make the crossing and begin our search. Why are we making a Okay.
You go on ahead. Someone should let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side.
We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I'll make Kusakari and I will take Kusakari and its surrounds. Alphino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminus. Ixalia, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzukumana? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smile upon our efforts.
Oh, wait.
What?
I think I know what happened.
Oh. What do you think happened?
I don't think her memories are necessarily back. Where the fuck am I going? Oh. I think Gosetsu mentioning Namai and the persimmons.
Yeah.
Hi.
Welcome to Yuzuka. What is this? What am I in? Exalia?
A Namazu?
Why?
You're a little catfish. Sorry, buddy.
Let me tell you what I need, and then I'm switching to another body as soon as possible. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, if there is anything you care to know, you need only... a pale-skinned woman. I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry! Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have an abundance. I'm leaving this body now. I will see you anon!
Still don't know who or what that is. I choose not to ask in most cases.
Aha! Ah! Unusually pale skin. Yes. I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. Ironic, is it not? She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction. For the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. Alright, I'm leaving again. Third time's the charm.
Poor Anawa's spirit. Wee. 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 You see no signs of Tsuyu to the north? Perhaps she is somewhere farther off to the northeast. Ah.
Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. Ugh.
Woo! Ba-doo. Still no signs. Up. There we go. You ever have that problem? Sometimes I have difficulty, like, taking off.
Not personally, no.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's how I do it. This is taking forever! No signs of her, but you do see a hat. Therefore... Motherfucker. A bamboo hat? No! It mustn't be! Curious glance is all that's required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Tsuyu was wearing when you found her at wherever that was.
Sakazuki.
Yeah, that one.
Exalia, before you ask, a search of Kusakari and its surroundings has yielded exactly naught, save this chance reunion with you, I suppose.
Mistress Alize has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly thereafter.
How did you fare at Yuzuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Towards an Amai. By the kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the paddles. The patties? The paddles. The patties. The village square is yours.
Yeah, like the rice patties.
Lord Hien.
Haha.
Poor Serena.
Oh, shit.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I... What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead!
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then... It's all true. I'm sorry! I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Back off, easy. I got this.
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
See,
Please,
was that so
Issei.
hard? Duh.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yes, that's it. Good, Morty.
I guess it's difficult because it's like the kid is the one that saw through it, right? Or saw that she's not the same person because Tsuyu has the mind of a child. So I
was wrong about her name changing, my bad.
But the kid also isn't completely blinded by hatred like everybody else.
Yeah.
So she's able to see like, hey, no, she's legitimately terrified and feels horrible for what she can remember.
There's definitely a lesson here about being so blinded by hatred you literally can't see what's in front of you.
Yeah. All of this over a persimmon. I failed to consider how she might endanger herself. Knowing she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. I don't know why everyone is so angry, but I got the fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it.
Whew. That would have been better avoided, but at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt.
Nay, it seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon.
Ha! And they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken the long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminus and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alize should be there, conducting the search. Do you remember if the dialogue named her Tsuyu prior to all this?
I think she was... I don't know. I don't remember. I guess we can check our old videos.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm gonna pause it while I fly. I don't know why I typed in wave. Hi, guys. Hi. There we go. Anyway. Somebody's doing something in there. The Imperial airship has arrived. Whether our conscripts are aboard remain to be seen. I was sure Yotsuyu had fled, but it seems her memory hasn't returned after all. How foolish of me to not to consider Gosetsu's craving for seasonal fruit.
Lord Hien informed us of the uproar at Namai. I think the 12 of you found Yotsuyu when you did. I dare not think what might have happened had you not.
Nothing good at all. Do we have to stay here long? He'll be waiting for his fruit.
It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. It is time to meet with the ambassador. Sir, can I have some dialogue? No.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the selfsame spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Ah, Tsuyu. You look well.
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Doma. Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned, then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
I knew better than to trust Asahi, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at last put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I've sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Gosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You're muted.
Am I? Oh, I did it backwards. You have that look, Alphino. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return.
Thanks for catching that, because I had muted my actual mic instead of just the program, which is what I usually do.
Is it because of your response to the look Lord Hien gave Asahi?
No.
I don't believe you.
and anyway, I suppose Tsuyu is to become an official Doman citizen. But what then? Will they keep her hidden here forever? Or might she one day be allowed to walk amongst her countrymen?
So, it would seem there will be one less prisoner at the exchange. I only hope Yotsuyu's presence here will not present any further problems. We should pay a visit to Gosetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her.
Gosetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents, a misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
Gone?
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Help! 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 Help me!
If only I hadn't remembered. He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Tsuyu. A font of misery. You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks, at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Tsuyu!
What?
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise. You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Please. I don't want to die.
Bro, that sucks. Okay, bye.
Any sign of her? What happened here? I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Thoughts?
Well, shit. First off, I have to admit her parents are absolute just pieces of garbage. They're terrible people. Did they deserve that? Honestly, probably. So I definitely don't feel bad on that part. However. The problem is the mirror that he gave her. I didn't notice it before, but I noticed something about it this time, and I was like, oh, I see. I'm not gonna say it because I'm pretty sure it's spoiler, so. But yeah, I kind of hoped that her memories wouldn't return, but like clearly after seeing the gunshot wounds that she gave Gosetsu, it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but. So, Asahi, right? So, Asahi got his way in the end, and at an unspeakable price. He really is a vile little worm, isn't he? Mm-hmm.
So Yotsu has returned to the bosom of the Empire after all. I cannot say I'm surprised, but what I struggle to fathom is Asahi's aim in all of this.
That's fair. Yotsuyu hid her recovery well. I had no inkling that her memory had returned. I kept asking myself if it could ever happen. At the meeting with her parents, perhaps? But then why would she... Nay, there is not to be gained from such conjecture.
We have recovered the Nayuri's remains, and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they had gone never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gosetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts.
Well, sadly this one's running a little long, and I don't know how long this next one's gonna be, so... we're gonna have to call this one here. So we'll find out what happens with Yotsuyu in the next one, I guess. Alright, well, until next time on Final Fantasy XIV Main Scenario Quest playthrough. Okay, bye.